Please share your full name and how would you like me to address it?
My full name is Mateo Gardner. You just call me Teo.
Okay, Taya. Uh, Taya, please describe an era with which you were raised, or like your age and etc.
So I was raised in the 2000/2010s. I'm 17. I feel like it, but I am 17.
Okay. When did you first know God or experience a deeper spiritual reality?
So my mom used to take me to like church every Sunday. And I think I got baptized. I don't recall. I never asked about it, but I used to be like real deep in it, like real religious, and like just going to church every day and feeling a sense of community. That's what it really was.
How would you describe your spiritual home or your spiritual community, rather?
Currently I don't really have one.
Okay.
We go to church kinda like it's like once to thrice a month. It's not every Sunday.
Thrice.
Sometimes thrice, yeah. Sometimes some come up, Sundays, sometimes hectic. Sometimes mom got papers to grade, sometimes I got homework. Sometimes nobody wants to get up. So, usually, I try to, maybe like get down, do some praying.
Okay, that's good. That's good. How often do you attend mass or a service, or speak with, or even see people from your spiritual home?
Did I ask you that question?
You did not ask me that question, but it's like the B part of 4.
Oh no. Oh no. You said how often?
How often?
Yeah, like once, twice a month. Like mass at the church, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So once or twice a month. Sometimes it's 3 weeks out of the month. Never 4 weeks out of the month.
Yeah. Okay. Other than specifically religious or spiritual events or fellowships, what other activities do you consider are spiritually beneficial?
Spiritually beneficial, I would say, like, I guess just showing love. Like, love is a real powerful thing. But, like, you're supposed to love God. But, like, as an extension of loving God, you're supposed to love everybody. Because God loved everybody, so you should also love everybody. Equal.
Yeah, because we're made in the image of God, right?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. How does spirituality or your faith impact your life? Heating up now.
That's a real good question. I would say I have like fell off the wheels a little bit. I'm not as religious as I used to be. But I would say like, spiritually, like, I do throw up a prayer to the Most High a lot. I mean, I've been sick for the past like 3 days, 4 days. So like, I've been praying that the sickness leave me alone. I mean, it used to have a bigger effect. I'll say that. Yeah.
Okay. How do you know your faith has grown or your spiritual practice has deepened in a sort?
I don't think it has. I think it's actually lessened.
Okay. Now I have a follow-up question. Why do you think it has lessened?
I mean, simply because, I don't really go to church, I mean, my faith in him is kind of dampened, from all the stuff that I've had to, like, endure. I mean, it's not like I don't believe anymore, but I'm not like, dropping to my knees and trying to spread the gospel anymore. Not as much.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you hear from God, or does your spirituality help you make big decisions?
I feel like your gut feeling is actually just God telling you not to do something. So, I mean, for example, if you're about to go like burn down a building and you have a gut feeling, like maybe I'll go to prison if I do this. It's probably the Lord telling you not to burn down a building.
Right.
So, I do a lot of stupid stuff. But, I get the good feeling that, sometimes I shouldn't say some of the stuff that I say. Sometimes I shouldn't do some of the stuff that I do. But I think that's just, the Lord, looking out for me, keeping me out of places I shouldn't be, stopping me from doing stuff I shouldn't do.
Okay. Have you ever done something you didn't want to do or not done something you wanted to do because of your spirituality? Do you have a story or two?
Yes. So I know a lot of people enjoy alcohol, but it's not. No, I can't do it. You know, I didn't want to do it. Like, you know, we're at a function. You know, everybody's all getting. You know, everybody wants to, you know, enjoy their teenage years, get twisty. Like, you know, they offered me a beer, and, you know, I said no because, you know, I mean, I just had a feeling in my stomach that, like, you know, I probably wouldn't like it. I'd probably throw up. You know, and I feel like that was just the Lord protecting me from a possible addiction, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are there any follow-up questions or points of interest that you would like to explore about faith or spirituality?
How does this relate to African American spirituality?
Oh, you're asking me?
Oh, am I supposed to answer?
Yeah, it's a question for you. You asked it. So, how does this relate to African American spirituality?
I would say this relates to, you know, African American spirituality in the sense that, I mean, well, the African American community has always been, you know, very church driven, very spiritual, you know. I mean, even though, like, you know, Christianity was kind of dumped on us by, you know, slavery, but that belief that, you know, God is coming, God will, you know, always be there for you is what got us through the toughest times in what any races, any people's whole history, like, you know. So I think it's important. So that's how I connect to African American spirituality.
Now, I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
What is African American spirituality?
What is African American spirituality?
For you, for your perspective.
From my perspective. So from my perspective, I mean, this class is, you know, I mean, it's supposed to be like not only a study of the religious and, you know, spiritual aspect of Black people, but also, like, honestly, I have no idea. There's like so many routes you could go with it. Like, you know, I mean, some people believe in, you know, some Black people are Islam, some Black people are Christian, but I think it's, you know, a belief in a higher power that will deliver us from all evil that has been formed against us in a white man's world.
Now I have another question.
Yeah.
We now know have this idea of African American spirituality, but are there other aspects of that? So is there white spirituality, Arabic spirituality? Is there stuff like that?
I believe so.
Or is spirituality just something that we're all under the umbrella of, regardless of race?
I think we should all be under the, you know, umbrella of spirituality. You know, why shouldn't we? You know?
Okay.
Why stand outside in the rain when you can, like, go under an umbrella?
Right, with everybody else.
Yeah.
So why do we put labels on spirituality like African American spirituality or Arabic spirituality? Why do we do that? Why do you think we do that?
I would say there's a difference in how some people's approach it. You know, like, more Arabic people are Islam, but they also have different customs, you know, and they're, you know.
So you're saying we associate that kind of race-based tag to spirituality with the culture that involves that sort of worship and faith and spirituality?
I would think so.
Okay. Thank you, Teo.